If there's one healthy food that I could recommend to almost everybody I talk to, it's apple cider vinegar. Every single spoonful has millions or billions of beneficial bacteria in it. Plus, you can make it almost for free using the apples that would have been wasted.
There's only 3 ingredients: sugar, apples, and pure water. Preparation takes very little time, but apple cider vinegar needs to ferment for 1 to 2 months.
Chop your apples and place them into a jar. Then cover the apples with sugar water. About 1/4 cup sugar, 1 quart water, and 3 apples will make a fine apple cider vinegar. Next, put a breathable cloth over the jar to keep out insects, but still let in the air with bacteria and yeast.
When you see that the liquid is cloudy and is darkening after about a week, strain out the apples and then let the remaining liquid sit a few weeks longer to a month.
Hi! Today we're going to do homemade apple cider. It's autumn here in Maine and it's the perfect time to make apple cider. So let's get started. I'm going to slice up my apple right here, and I have this little slicing gizmo here, and I'll just slice that right up just like that. Get it? We'll bring it over here, and I have a food grinder. And what we'll do is we'll just grind up the apple. It's good to use a mixture of apples. So our cider is going to have a mixture of Macintoshes and Cortlands and delicious apples, red delicious apples. And because each of the apples has a different sweetness and tartness, and it's nice to get a little bit of a mix. And you can grind up the whole apple, you can grind the core up. And there's the apple mash. And let's head over to our cider press. And here's the cider press. This press is made in Maine. It's made of pine. And what we do is we put the apple mash into the press, and there's a mesh bag, and what this does is it keeps the skin and seeds and things like that from being pressed into the cider. Put this right inside. And what we'll have is we have the press has a screw here, and we'll just put that right down in there. Many of the orchards in Maine may allow you to get dropped apples for just a donation of a few dollars. And if you're interested, a bushel of apples probably makes maybe 2 gallons of cider. And if you zoom right in there, you'll see that the press really does a good job of getting that cider right out of the apple. Now, the advice we get is that really before you drink some cider that you've hand pressed, it's not a bad idea to heat it to about 180 degrees just to kind of kill off any microbes or things like that that may have gathered on the surface of the apples. So we'll take this cider, and we've got some cider heating over here. There we go. And we're just going to heat that right up. There. And that cider that was in there was heated up, so I'll just show you a little bit of it here. So there you have it, homemade Maine apple cider.